Okay. Hey.
Hey, Madison.
Hey. Can you tell us your name and where you're from?
My name's Richard, and I'm from Toronto.
What brought you to the Radical Aliveness Institute?
It was actually, it happened by accident. I was taking a workshop at Hollyhock, and Radical Aliveness was one of the workshops that happened at the same time. And I went to one of their evenings, and it blew me away. I was very captured by the things that happened during that evening, and I was most impacted by the people that was in the Radical Aliveness program. They were very open, they were very warm. I felt welcomed in the community, and I felt a connection with them that's very different from people that I normally meet. And so I was very curious, and so the following year I decided to try out Radical Aliveness for myself.
Pretty similar to me. How has Radical Aliveness impacted how you interact with the world?
Radical Aliveness is very interesting. It's really taught me to be basically radical in the way that I am expressing my truth. I'm able to speak more of my mind. I'm able to access the deeper emotions that I tend to numb myself with before Radical Aliveness. And by bringing more of my truth and myself, I feel a lot more alive. I feel more connected with people. I feel more true to myself. I don't feel like I'm hiding anything. And it has transformed in a way where I relate to my friends and my family. And so I really love the work that Radical Aliveness brings in my life.
It's beautiful. What are the main things you learned in the Radical Aliveness program?
I learned a lot about my own culture, actually. In Radical Aliveness, it is a place where it allows complexity. And I myself, I'm a Canadian-born Chinese, and I have rejected a lot of my culture, my Chinese culture, when I was young. And over the course of 2 years, I've come to realize that I really need to go back to my roots. I really need to go back to the wounds that my parents have created, and really look at what there is, positive and negative, in my culture, and to start to accept some of the things that I've been ashamed with for so long. And so it really heals me in a way that allows me to interact with the world, interact with Radical Aliveness and people differently. It's allowed me to not be so hard on myself, or it also helps me to recognize that I matter, I'm important as well, and that in my collective culture, that it's all about the unity and the group. But in Radical Aliveness, it teaches me tools to be able to speak as an individual, and to be able to express myself in a way that I also matter.
Yeah, see that. So the last question, because we're here talking about the scholarship fund and raising money, I'm curious, why do you believe that Radical Aliveness is a worthy cause for donating to? Like, why do we need the scholarship fund to bring it out into the world?
Yeah, I believe that Radical Aliveness really looks at the deep wounds and traumas that we have in our past, and the patterns that have affected us, the patterns that we live out on a daily basis that we are not aware of. And I believe that Radical Aliveness allows us to be aware as a whole not only our individual self of what's happening, but also in the world as well. And so I believe that a lot of the, myself included, and a lot of my classmates, when they go back home, they have an impact on their environment, their work, or the people that they're around. And Radical Aliveness, I've seen it help bring people together, cultures together, and it helps us to really get really talk about the inner problems that we have, not only on an individual level, but on a social level. And so I feel that Radical Aliveness can really support the community and help the society, also help myself on an individual level on being able to heal on all my traumas, my wounds, and to take responsibility. It also trains leaders, people that are in leadership position, and it helps us to really step up in our workplace or the environment we're in, and being able to better our community. And so I really believe that Radical Aliveness is a great place where it can really change people's lives.
Well, thank you so much for doing this interview, Richard. It's been really great.
You're welcome, Madison. Thank you.